Lino KJ was the series of the year. I don't know if it was quite the series of the year. It was a series in the history of StarCraft 2. Let's keep it at that. I've said this before, but it kind of feels like a rare matchup. Yeah, I think it is. MaNa's ready, SpeCial's ready. Ready, guys. Thanks for being here. And GG, good luck. Always a cool opportunity for these guys. 200 bucks on the line for a single best of 5. 150 bucks for the winner, 50 bucks for the loser. MaNa, SpeCial. We're going to kick things off on Babylon. And Sabada says, thanks for giving me my shot. Hope you were at least a bit entertained. No, it was good, mate. You did your best. It was nice. I'm looking forward to seeing you improve. This is only the start. Thank you for playing. Hope you had fun. Let's do it, guys. Our final best of 5. What a day of StarCraft this has been. 7 best of 3s in Masters Coliseum. And we did 3 best of 5s in the Big Brain Bouts. Now it's time for our main event of the evening. 150 bucks for the winner. Let's do it.
Let's get it on. Round 1. Fight.
In the top left side, we are looking at the main base of the man who likes to tease me for his age. Because I like to tease him. Because I thought he was a little bit older than what he actually is. He really isn't all that old yet. But he really is an absolute gem of this community. It is Team Liquid's very own manager, MaNa. And he's going up against the man who's currently teamless. And obviously he's looking for teams. So if anybody wants to have a very sexy Mexican Terran player on that team, you guys know where to find him, but he is going to be playing for Team Roddy in the WTL qualifiers, and that's obviously quite something. This is Juanito SpeCial. 2 guys that have legitimately been around since 2010. We are currently in the year 2023. That is 13 years of this video game. 2 guys that probably even battled each other in Brood War. Like, how crazy is that? They were both Brood War players. I think they were both pretty good in Brood War. So honestly, it's like 2 guys that are almost brothers to one another because they've known each other for an incredibly long time. Teamless? Yes. SpeCial was part of Storm Gaming, but he's no longer part of Storm Gaming. I got myself a whiskey, guys, to celebrate the last series of the day because this really has been one hell of a marathon day for me. But I loved it. I was very happy with how it went. I think we had very good vibes. I know there is a crap ton of StarCraft at the moment, but what a day. And there's only more good StarCraft coming up, so we gotta really appreciate it while it's here. And I loved it. MaNa's getting a good scout of here as he sees that the factory is at home, and even if he didn't see the barracks, what he sees here is that the Reaper is at home. So he knows that that barracks is not too far away from where it should have been. MaNa was pretty good in Command & Conquer as well. Are you sure about that? Because that is not something I've ever heard. But maybe. Our man, the man that you guys often tell me that you miss. And I do miss him too, because he is really a great dude. Apollo was actually a great Command & Conquer player. Sean D. Clark Apollo. This is a weird wall-off, by the way, because it doesn't do anything. MaNa should know that, right? What is the point of building your gate and your cybercore here if the Reaper can still just hop into the main base and immediately scout the Stargate? I guess we eventually wall off. Okay. I mean, that's a little bit weird to me, but whatever. I'm not a wall off kind of guy. SpeCial has a lot of SCVs, by the way. MaNa has maybe not done as good of a job in chrono boosting probes as he should. Because it's weird that a late CC opening is only down 2 workers against a one gate fast expand. Maybe MaNa went double gas before expanding, and I kind of missed that because I was introing and celebrating my whiskey. He is playing Phoenix though, and I do like a Phoenix opening. Phoenix Robo against a Medevac double Widowmine opening. SpeCial knows about the Stargate, but what he doesn't know is if it's Oracle or Phoenix. He's gonna try to check one more time, but no, we do actually have a wall off. You think MaNa will win? I'm not certain. What are you guys voting for? Point wise, how's it looking? Most people voting for Juanito. Wow, a fusion core. 4-minute fusion core, excusez-moi. I think MaNa's off to a really good start here though, guys, because I feel like he shouldn't take too much damage from these Widow Mines, but he's getting distracted. He's taking the bait of reacting to that Hellion, but what he needs to do is take care of them Widow Mines. It's going to be burrow on burrow. The Phoenix. No, careful, MaNa! Oh, MaNa, what are we doing? Alright, in the end. Wow, that pylon even almost died. I think this did a lot more damage in the end than it should have done. I think it did a lot more damage than it should have done. Not just because it's 3 pros, but it's so much lost mining time. And MaNa's actually supply blocks too. Oof. It's a battle cruiser opening, guys. And honestly, battle cruiser is pretty good against Phoenix. If Phoenixes do not have an upgrade advantage against BCs, you're honestly in a bit of a pickle. I really like this build by SpeCial. I think this is a cool build. MaNa obviously has no idea that this is a BC opening. What he needs to do, as soon as he knows, is get a shield battery in the main base. Because if you do not get a shield battery in the main base, you cannot clean up that battle cruiser. Like the BC can just jump to the other side of the map. It's obviously going to be very painful. MaNa at least is going to scout the fusion core here. He's going to see the 3rd CC, so now he knows. He's going to build a Void Ray. A Void Ray, guys. A 6-minute Void Ray in a high-level PvT as MaNa does kill a medevac, but it's not the cleanest kill as he loses a Phoenix. Spicy start to this game, and now Juanito is even going to try to throw up a secret bunker on the other side of the map, and that honestly could be very cool. What a cool build by SpeCial here, guys. We often think that we've seen it all in StarCraft. Unfortunately, the bunker does get scouted, but still A for effort. Battlecruiser number 1 is out. The observer sees it, so MaNa knows where it's at. Yamato only 25% done. Tank is going to siege up. Phoenixes take a bit of a beating. The Guardian Shield is going to get activated. I think the BC should try to kill the Sentry. Guardian Shield very important here. Immortal's going for the tank. Chaotic fight. But Void Rays just suck in general. I think MaNa's kind of that really cool build by SpeCial. Holy smokes. That is a Big Brain Bouts main event worthy. Wow. I'm pretty stunned. And 3 extra starports going up behind this. Juanito. What is this? I mean, MaNa just got buffed in game 1. It's okay. We live and we learn. You gotta move on at this point. This game is ultra dead. Do not let him style on you with a whole bunch of BCs. Damn. That is a build, my friends. That really is a build. MaNa now has 2 Void Rays, and he's probably just going to try to make some magic happen on the other side of the map. But there are 2 BCs, and they've got Yamato. For the first time in a long time, we get to see some Yamato in the Big Brain Bouts. He's going to save the BC as well. He's going to teleport out. The Immortal does live. But we have a new healthy BC showing up, and the BC will win the fight here. And this one can also Yamato, by the way. Nate build. The thing about Nate his builds, and I hope that he does not take offense to this, but Nate opens up in very, very, very uneconomic ways. And you can't really play these kinds of builds at high level if you open up on like one base forever and then build missile turrets. Like SpeCial played it at a very high level, still pretty greedy with a strong eco, but you cannot compare to somebody who has a very different way of getting 2 BCs. This is very, very cool stuff by SpeCial. MaNa is going to try to make something of it, and I do think that shows character, shows personality. I wouldn't have been completely okay with him leaving. Yeah, that 2v220 where I was listening in on the comms of the players. That was definitely some of the best content I think we've had. Gonna get a few more Yamatos soon. I would also be completely okay, by the way, if MaNa just leaves, because I don't want to see him just get Yamato. That would be kind of sad. Here are them BCs. Yamato tactical jump out. The other BC is going to get a Yamato out as well. It's also going to tactical jump out. We have another full HP BC in the main base. MaNa did get that shield battery that I suggested he should get. He just... Jesus, look at this production tab. 9.5 minutes in. 4 BC. What?
That's fucking illegal.
This is mental. I did not think that SpeCial could do something like this. That is... I'm lost for words. 4 BCs on the production tab and 9 minutes and 30 seconds. Like, yeah, and you guys were talking about a ninja base, and I was like, well, I guess it sort of is, right? Kind of weird. I don't even really think there was any need to take a hidden base, but it's going to work. MaNa does have 75 probes. MaNa is always very good. The thing about Void Rays, by the way, you guys often ask me, why didn't you do both Void Rays, Roddy? Because of this. Because Yamato one-shots a Void Ray. Void Rays are expensive. There is a Widowmine that's killing a Phoenix. Uh-oh. Wow. MaNa lost 5,300 resources. SpeCial only lost 2,600. If there were any awards for coolest strategy, best cheese, most stylish victory, whatever, SpeCial would get all of them. The BASILISK Discord has an amazing Young Roddy video? Really? Which one is that? I mean, I will probably know which one it is, but I'd like to take a look at it. Where is that BASILISK Discord? I can't see it. Few more BCs do get caught, and one of them actually dies. The second one dies too. But 2 next side died. Obviously nice for MaNa that he's at least able to kill 2 battlecruisers. But I'm afraid for him that it's gonna kind of stay at that. The one maybe tiny saving grace is that SpeCial doesn't really have any upgrades yet on the BCs. Somebody said this is bullying, and I do kind of agree that it is. All 5 BCs jump to the top left side. We've got 8 BCs in a 12-minute game. Poor MaNa. Can we get some hugs in the chat for my man MaNa, guys? I love MaNa. He doesn't deserve this. It's very sweet that he's trying, because I would have absolutely left by the time that I was losing this Nexus, because I think at that point the game is over. MaNa is going to go for a little Hail Mary attack here. And don't forget that the BCs just used teleport. So SpeCial can only defend with what he currently has at home. But I actually think that's more than enough. MaNa deserves love. And hopefully MaNa will get a lot of love. The Archons die, the Stalkers will obviously fall. And SpeCial is going to take the 1-0 lead in a very stylish manner. With legitimately a very, very cool build. That's one of the best and coolest BC builds that I think I have ever seen. No cap. Dude, that was fun. Yeah, great game. Actually, a great game. Hello, Mocha. Let these guys out of the retirement home. So the way we're going to do it, by the way, is that Game 1 is on America, Game 2 is on America, Game 3 will be Europe, and Game 4, 5 America. Because obviously Mexico to US East is not fantastic ping, and we thought that that would be the most fair way to do it. So 4 out of 5 games are on US East, 1 game is on Europe. Poor MaNa. Let me take a look. I can take a look at the BASILISK Discord. What did you guys post? Little Roddy video. Is it in general or? Okay. This video I think is very, very cringe. I don't like this video. I mean, I kind of like it. Because it's history, it's memory. But I talk so fast in that video. So when I look at that video right now, I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, slow down. Like, I have a hard time looking at myself. Even though I meant well, I was a sweet young nerd. I was just very excited. But, like, I said, it's like, stop! It's like I just had 17 monsters or something, you know? Wow, Leipzig just scored 2 goals in like 10 seconds, by the way, Mr. Saver. That's pretty crazy. How the hell did they score 2 goals in like 20 seconds? Yeah, take
Round 2, fight!
Alrighty guys, here we go. In the bottom right side, we're looking at the main base of one of my absolute favorite players in the entire StarCraft 2 scene. He's been around since 2010. Once upon a time, a amazing European titan. These days, still a very good Protoss, and especially in the weekly, he has his runs. But he has his work cut out for him tonight, and I think he knows that this is Team Liquid's MaNa. In the top left side of Neo Humanity, we are looking at the main base of the man who's taking a 1-0 lead with one of the coolest and creative builds we've seen in a long time in the BASILISK Big Brain Bouts. This is our Mexican Terran, currently in Mexico, not in Korea. Juanito, SpeCial. Yeah, for sure, Katon. But hey, I love it. And I had something to make up for you guys, you know. We have all the loyal subs that expect Roddy to be live, and then I went to Saudi Arabia for 10 days, and then we went to Sweden for a wedding, so I did my absolute best to make it up to you guys, and well, here I am. A whole lot of Roddy. I don't think anybody can complain with the effort in the month of August. SpeCial once more, going for a barracks and a factory before expanding. Likes to build stuff not quite where we expect it to be, but MaNa scouting is good. I do think that previous build is a one-off. And if you guys are wondering, Roddy, what could MaNa have done? Well, I kind of missed the beginning of the game, and I felt that MaNa should have had a slightly better economy than what he did. Now, honestly, I think SpeCial's build is just very gnarly. And if you play Phoenix Robo like that, I don't even really know if there's a good way of dealing with that. Battlecruiser builds are surprisingly good against Phoenix, especially if you don't know that it's immediately coming. Maybe you can stay on 2 bases a little bit longer rather than trying to go up to 3 bases and then seeing it getting cancelled. Or like, yeah, you take a fight near a battery. And of course, MaNa could have handled that Widowmine drop a lot better, right? I think that was a very important moment. There was a lot of lost mining time, a couple of probes going down. Well, if you open up Phoenix, you should have a very good defense against that stuff. So it kind of starts off with dealing with the Widowmine drop. And if that is not perfect, yeah, everything kind of snowballs out of control. MaNa will go for a Stargate once more. Oh, VAR 1-1. Alright, 3 boys. Can he time it? I always think this is very hard to time. And I like to share the story that one time I saw somebody pull this off. Ooh, SpeCial by the way, guys. Oh my. He's being a cheeky boy tonight, isn't he? It's 4 Widow Mines, Medevac, Armory, all on one base. Uh-oh. Oh. Guys, this can actually become very sad for MaNa. I'm worried now. Oh no, that makes me sad because I really love MaNa, but he's actually kind of just having the worst build or the scenario ever here. MaNa does not have any detection. He just warps in his Robo, but that Armory is very close to finishing up. And here is Winnerwine number 1. At least number 2 gets lifted. Maybe number 3 and 4. Well, number 4 is gonna make it in. We can't do anything about it, and it's a permanently cloaked Widowmine, and we're gonna retarget it. SpeCial is just pulling out all the stops. Oh, poor MaNa. What do you do now? What do you do now if you are MaNa? You're gonna have to pull everything away right about now. Please pull it away. You did not kill it, mate. It's a permanently cloaked Widowmine. He is gonna try to pull it away. That's not so bad. I'm not gonna pull everything away, but it's so much damage already. Observer is on the way. There's another Medevac with 2 more Widowmines, and 2 Widowmines are going to try to run in. We can lift 1 mine. Okay, very good job here by MaNa. MaNa lifts both mines. Can we kill both Widowmines? Yes, he has killed the first one. Okay. I'm very impressed. Legitimately very impressed by how MaNa handled this. I thought it was going to be so much worse. I really thought it was going to be like game-ending bad, but I'm impressed. That doesn't mean that MaNa is completely fine, but it's Yeah, he's actually in a pretty okay-ish spot, especially if he finds this medevac too, which he does. Do we have enough energy to lift both? No, we only have enough energy to lift one. As long as we drop the Robo Bay to make sure we don't die to Stim, yeah, I think we are ahead. I actually think MaNa's ahead. That's so impressive. I'm stunned. No, I actually think MaNa is a bit ahead. 6 workers, 3rd Nexus about to finish up. Wow, why is Special building so many Vikings already? The only thing I'm worried about is if he takes like a bad fight before he's got 1 or 2 Colossus, but I kind of agree, Kansas. And I think MaNa has passed it. And that's... I cannot emphasize on how impressed I am by that defense. I would have been so mega dead. Vikings are going to try to go for that 1 low HP Phoenix. Another Viking pops. Obviously, MaNa's going to be a little bit confused about all these freaking Vikings as he loses 2 Phoenix for only a single Viking. What a weird way to go about it on the side of SpeCial. I hope that MaNa is gonna go blink here, because if he goes charge, he might be in danger of losing Colossus against Vikings, but I don't know, I guess both is fine. But it is very important that he has a little bit of anti-air to make sure that he can deal with Vikings. Charge or blink is both okay. Colossus number 1 is about to see the light of day. SpeCial is escorting a drop. MaNa just sees 5 Marines in the center of the map. MaNa does not know about the 8 Marines with Stim and 3 Vikings that are flying into the main base. Oh, that was indeed a gnarly supply block. 8 Marines do get dropped into the back of the main base. We're going to use a recall immediately, but there are 3 Vikings here too, so we need to be careful. Might be okay, right? Might be okay. 1 Phoenix does die. Very good target firing by SpeCial, who wants to get 1 more Phoenix. He doesn't get it, loses everything. Does have a Widowmine here somehow, some way. And SpeCial's playing so fast, eh? MaNa's doing his best and he's not in a bad spot, but SpeCial's definitely playing really good. We're gonna have, I think, a double drop. And now MaNa's not ahead, mate, but that's because a whole lot of stuff has happened. MaNa's floating 1,000 minerals, 300 gas. Obviously, at this point, I agree with you that MaNa's not ahead. I think earlier he was actually, at the bare minimum, okay-ish. Maybe ahead. But, yeah, now he's obviously not ahead anymore. That was a lot of damage. 11 probes, lost mining time, couple Phoenix getting gunned down. The Twilight has been chilling for a while. Robo Bay unpowered. SpeCial's playing really good. I did not think that SpeCial would look this good against someone like MaNa. Because even though MaNa is obviously, guys, a manager these days and he's helping out Team Liquid behind the scenes, if you look at his results in the weekly, he's still doing surprisingly good. Most important thing for both casters and viewers is to look at the supply that tells the whole story. That's not true. We literally just went over it, how the supply does not tell the whole story. It tells a lot. Healthy body helps the mind. That's true, Anna. That is true. I'm not getting any updates, by the way, of my Dutch friends and my brother about the grudge money match they're currently having in Padel. I really want to know how it's going. I'm so sad I'm not there. There's actually a Padel tournament in my city this weekend, but I can't play. It's so sad. I couldn't play today. I can't play tomorrow. And then on Sunday, I would maybe be able to play, but then I have the race, so it's okay. Next week is a new week for Roddy to get better at Padel. Ah, okay, Marco. I don't know, mate. I don't know if you're memeing or not. By the way, guys, SpeCial has built so many Vikings and medevacs. It feels like this is the most active starport in history, as we have a big old drop in the back of the natural. I can't believe the amount of units that SpeCial has. It feels like he's playing double or triple starport, but he's not. Good, the battery overcharge here, by the way, though, by MaNa. Actually, pretty solid defense as long as we keep a couple of the Phoenixes alive, and he does keep the Phoenixes alive. Comes down a medevac, gets another one. Should be able to kill all of them. And these units, guys, they were just chilling. They didn't do anything. Because MaNa actually left a decent amount of units behind. Really good defense with battery overcharge by MaNa. He does lose 9 probes. Wow, and +2 already on bio units too. +2 on bio units, and Zealots have no upgrades at all. And that's obviously so painful to deal with. Phoenix is going to try to come in handy, but we got the Vikings coming in from the bottom. This is the most bizarre video gaming of a high-level Terran I've seen in a while. And for some reason it's working. It kind of feels that SpeCial is just doing wild stuff, having a bit of fun, and he's getting away with all of it. It's very, very, very impressive what he's doing here. How many probes did MaNa lose in this match? Well, we can play the guessing game together, mate. I don't think it's a crazy high number. It's kind of high, but not crazy high. I'm gonna go with 34. I think MaNa has lost 34 probes in this game, and I will show you guys in 5 seconds. 36. 36 is the magic number. Another drop going up in the back of the natural. MaNa's doing his absolute best to get his units over here in time. We do have a War Prism in the main base that can maybe find some damage. Because I don't think SpeCial's left a whole lot behind. But SpeCial's just everywhere. You look at the minimap and every single scene I check, I see SpeCial finding damage. MaNa is going to do his absolute best. They're really slugging it out with one another right now. And sometimes Zealots are amazing. If MaNa wins this game, by the way, I'm going to absolutely love it. I'd be so freaking proud of him. Battery overcharge could have some potential. As the Colossus stay alive, unfortunately, he lost a Forge, guys. And +2 was well on its way. War Prism now with a couple of Zealots flying into the main base. Absolute chaos between these two. Holy smokes. When MaNa is actually taking the supply lead. Alrighty then, there's still a couple of Marines and Marauders in the back of the main base. MaNa has so much money and he has taken the supply lead. That is a 4-base Terran. This is actually such an amazing game. War Prism does get picked up in the end. MaNa still up 6 supply. Finally cleans up his main. Yeah, MaNa, this is a different ball game than those YouTube adventures, eh? Chaos and stress, but he's absolutely hanging in there. And he's actually up 16 workers. And if he spends his money, he's cooking. At this point, Juanito only has 2 medevacs, both the medevacs on the left side of the map. The Zealot should see that. Yep, MaNa, send some units over immediately. Somebody was lagging there for a split second. I don't know what it was. Also, indeed, nice move. Oh, especially you can do that. You cannot do that. Yeah, so what we saw there, guys, was the Colossus shooting at the Archon because MaNa had no observer, but the splash damage of the Colossus on the Archon kills the Widowmine. Yeah, he did lose both of the Forges, but supply-wise, guys, he's honestly doing damn good. Another Widowmine is going to fire, but the Colossus with extended thermal lens getting good shot after good shot off. What an awesome game. 14 minutes of pretty much a non-stop action between these two. MaNa showing us that he's absolutely worthy, even at the fine age of 36, of being part of a BASILISK Big Brain Bouts main event. I feel like lagging a little, no? I mean, I have consistent 130 ping. Somebody is lagging a little. I don't know who it is. A couple of Marauders getting picked up. EMPs do absolutely evaporate the Archons though, and I think this is a mistake, MaNa. You have 85 probes, mate. You have 1400 minerals, 1000 gas. Why are we here? Why do we expose all these expensive, sexy Protoss units? And you have so much at home. I can't believe what just happened. That was a big mistake. MaNa did so much right in this game, but that obviously was not a place he should have been. Maybe he didn't think ghosts were out. I don't know. MaNa, chill, amigo. You have 87 workers and 5 bases. Try to get some upgrades again. Try to fight near batteries. Just chill. It's a lot of Widowmines and a lot of Ghosts in the mix. Couple of feedbacks do land though. Feedbacks on Ghosts, guys. We don't get to see that all that often. Scan is here doing its thing. Revealing these Archons and Colossus. I apologize about the spikes. I don't know what it is, but my ping is fine. I hope it's not me. Players are not complaining. Phoenix is flying forward, but the Phoenix are going to get picked off. And I'm afraid for MaNa that this Terran army is just a little bit too big, too powerful. But battery overcharge is amazing. Look at the batteries doing its thing, healing up all these cannons. And the Colossus will stand strong. Finally, MaNa has his 2-2 upgrades. I think we need to stop making Archons, because Archons freaking suck. Can we just all agree that Archons suck? $93 probes at the moment, guys, for MaNa. I love how he rebuilt the forges over there. Okay. We have 93 probes on the side of MaNa. Yeah. His army supply is ultra tiny. And that obviously means that drops are really going to hurt. I believe he had a little EMP there on the Nexus to make sure that no recall was going to get used. Feels that SpeCial really wants to take out this base. He already has +3 attack, no armor upgrades, guys. Poor Nito, all out attack, no armor upgrades. Not a battery overcharge. Ooh, a medevac died there, but I think some very precious cargo. A couple of ghosts inside of it. And MaNa knows about this medevac too, so he blinks to the low ground. He wants to get that one too, and he should be able to get it. What a game. The action started at minute 4. And we have been battling ever since. Marines, Marauders, and a Ghost gun down a Stalker. Ooh, that's painful, but then again, MaNa has probes for days, so it's only 10. Not the fortress again, no! +3 bio gets on top of the fortress for the second time in this game, and that's no +3 attack, and it should be no +3 armor for you, as we do have a Nova flying forward. Is somebody ever going to get the final shot off on that forge? Juanito! What? He doesn't kill it. A 10 HP forge with 1 million bio units standing next to it is not gonna get picked off? It has to get picked off soon, no? Must happen. 18-minute game 2 between SpeCial and MaNa. They're really going for it. The forge is surviving, but it's not quite repowered yet, so it's not online. Nice forward blink there. Stalker's gunning down a couple of the Liberators. I still don't know where this game is gonna go. I legitimately have no idea. As a couple of these libs do get picked up, the medevac count is low. SpeCial's here again, and this time around he finishes what he started. He gets the forge. Oh, MaNa wants to get a planetary now, but for the second time. This is just the danger zone. This is the dead zone. It's fire units stimming forward, getting on top of Colossus and High Templars. And that means that I think now MaNa is kind of dead, guys, because he has just taken a tremendous amount of A, economic damage, B, tech damage, and C, lost all the high-tech units. He's battling a couple of Marauders with probe Stalkers and a battery overcharge on the right side. SpeCial supply is really not all that high anymore, which really does go to show that he had to throw everything he had at MaNa. But I'm afraid that it's now officially over. What a game, though. What a game. SpeCial is definitely on the roll, but it's been a lot of fun. SCV is being transferred towards another base for SpeCial. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases now. We have a Nova flying forward. I really wonder where... I feel like there's some lag spikes all of a sudden. I have no idea where they're coming from. Is this just like a BattleNet future? Because my ping is perfect. I've dropped 0 frames. And yet I feel like the game pauses every now and then. Marines and Marauders will go for it. I do think that... well, the recall's not going to go off. Nexus will die. Battery overcharge was a little bit too late. MaNa's Disruptors are going to get gunned down as well. Juanito is playing with a sense of urgency that can absolutely get behind. Zealots and a lot of batteries should get a good fight obviously against low HP bio units. Yeah, maybe it is SpeCial. That's possible from Mexico. Who knows? Or maybe it's MaNa from Poland. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Neither of them is complaining, so that's obviously the most important thing. I am afraid though that It is completely over at this point, guys. It was an amazing game. I really loved it. This game by itself is already better than some of the main events we've had. I love what both players did here. MaNa did a great job in hanging in there. But the tenacity of SpeCial was just a little too much. Awesome video gaming. I loved it. Also, very interesting way of upgrading. Like, we kind of mentioned it briefly once or twice, but SpeCial went +3 on bio before his first armor upgrade. So 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. All out attack, no armor. Pretty cool. Stalkers and Zealots gonna go for it against a few bio units on the right side for the last time. Archon dies, Zealot die. To find a few Stalkers, obviously they will not stand a chance. I think MaNa knows at this point that it's all ogre, especially when all of these units are gonna show up on the left side as well. And at this point we can absolutely take a look at the supply or the minimap. And just look at the guy, the red guy, that's everywhere where he needs to be. Find a few Zealots will die. And one more EMP landed on the Disruptors there, but obviously that did not matter. GG gets called. SpeCial takes the 2-0 lead in a very exciting, pretty epic game though. Game 3 Europe. Game 3 EU. So we're gonna go ahead and swap over to the European server for Game 3. A 2-0 lead for SpeCial with two very cool builds, but what a honestly fantastic job by our man MaNa to hang in there for as long as he did. Just realized, by the way, that tomorrow morning I have a meeting with oh geez, Stuttgart is getting destroyed. I have a meeting with Harstem, guys. Harstem needs your man. Da-na-na-na. I always like it when Harstem needs his man. This is something that I need to keep in mind. Clock. Put a couple of alarms before I forget. What's in the box? A new bin. I'm very excited with my new bin. Also very excited to eat. Alright guys, 10 minutes past 10. We are entering hour number 10 of the stream. It's been a very valiant effort by the old man. 7 best of 3s into 4 best of 5s. It's match point in our main event, but I really do hope that we get to see at least one more, if not 2 more games. Because I can get behind a little more Juanito magic. And I obviously would love to see MaNa at least make this close, because I know that he can still do it. Round 3.
Round 3. Fight.
I mean, if you do !PC, you can let me know if you think I need a new PC or not. In the bottom left side of Royal Blood, we are looking at the main base of our Polish Protoss. He's a manager for Team Liquid, played an amazing game too. Unfortunately, not enough. But we still love the effort. Team Liquid's MaNa. In the top right side of Royal Blood, we are looking at the main base of the man who's bringing out some very cool and awesome builds with great execution behind it. Our Mexican Terran, currently in Mexico. It's SpeCial. Nice hardware. So will it be a new PC? Not even a 4090. I think by the time that I got this PC, I wasn't quite ready for that yet. We can always upgrade, mate. Ooh, I have an update in the WhatsApp group, guys. What are they talking about? Oh, Vincent won against my brother? No way. What's well, my brother said that he has to give it away. I want to know what happened. Seems like I missed out on some very good social times tonight. I'm sure that I will hear all the stories though. Should be good enough for a couple of SC2 games. Yeah, I'm very happy with this PC. It really has done An amazing job. I need to visit the man who built it for me. His name is Ricardo. He races with us every now and then. Ricardo is a very sweet dude. Has helped me a lot. Like one of the luxuries and benefits of being a streamer is that you meet nice people that are then like very good at certain things that I'm not good at. And one of my viewers that was a StarCraft fan for a while, he's very good with PCs, and I think he built like my last 3 computers. I think I've had this one now maybe for like 4 or 5 months. I'm very happy with it. Hello, Fjant. Yeah, it's actually not just a regular 2-0, mate. He has played incredibly good. Alright, let's focus on the game. It's a Reaper into a command center at home. So it's quick as CC in this game, I think, for Juanito. What are we going to do with that reactor? MaNa once more playing Stargate. This game is played on Europe, though, guys. I have missed the games, but Sap said in DMs he wasn't very happy. He had a bit of a nightmare game on Royal Blood. But other than that, I think he did alright. I don't think he should feel sad or bad. Learning experience. That's what it's all about, right? Of course, you play for money, you want to win, but one of the first times that he plays for prize money guaranteed. Go up against a guy who's a lot more experienced than you in the name of Zhuge Liang. I think it's quite alright. I don't think he did bad. He had a very clean game on Gressman. Reaper gets picked off, but we do have a Hellion in the natural. SpeCial is gonna take out the first probe. Please don't lose 2 probes here, mate. He ends up losing 2, but I kind of meant 2 extra, so. This obviously is not great, but it's also not bad. 5 worker lead on the side of MaNa, who's gonna play Phoenix into Robo. SpeCial is gonna go for a Marine Cyclone with a medevac behind it. We need to be careful with the Oracle, please. MaNa. It's European server, mate. There are no excuses. Cyclone gets the lock-on the Stalker, and honestly, even just losing a single Stalker, guys, is bad. And even though Juanito has put on a bit of a show, I think on the European server, he means all business, and he's gonna try to end this as quickly as he can. But MaNa is in the main base. Not bad damage so far, but that Cyclone popped out at a pretty damn good moment, and the lock-on is guaranteed, and it's good enough for a kill. Can the Adept somehow? No, the Adept can never. There's a lack of firepower at home. The shield battery is not quite done yet. MaNa is in trouble here, guys, with only 10 army supply. He needs these batteries to finish up, but battery number 1 dies. Battery number 2 dies, and that means that the probes are going to fall, and the Phoenixes and the Stalkers are in a bit of a pickle. I hate Oracle openings. This is not the Phoenix fault. Okay, Immortal can maybe just get on top of the Cyclone immediately, but nice pickups by Juanito, guys. Very, very nice pickups, but the Immortal does get 1 shot off. The Stalker's trying to get the second Cyclone. They will get the second Cyclone, but not before. The Marines and the Viking are making their way through these Stalkers. Low HP, Immortal on the high ground, waiting for that barrier to come online. Can we get that barrier? It's 8 army supply left for MaNa. There's 1 Phoenix. Why, Phoenix, help out! I guess a single Phoenix can't do anything. Why is he building a Warp Prism now? What the hell? What? What? To micro the Immortal or something? I don't know. I don't like that. Maybe he had no other choice. Phoenix is going to lift the Cyclone. The Marines and the Viking are going to try to gun down the Phoenix. And the Phoenix does fall. MaNa sort of holds. Holy smokes, what a hold. What? What is that hold? Can he now counterattack, guys? Is there a tiny window to counterattack? MaNa ahead again. With that even in workers, but maybe there is a possibility. What a hold, man. Holy smokes. I really thought that was ultra over at one point. Juanito was pulling out all the stops with the Cyclone Micro. Needs to unload on top of the tank, by the way, but he doesn't know where that tank is. He knows it now. He sees it. He's going to try to at least get a cancel on Stim. Oh, MaNa. He's doubling down. I don't know about this, MaNa. Okay, maybe. Maybe. We have 2 Zealots, 2 Stalkers, a Warp Prism, and an Immortal against a couple of Marines, SCVs, and not 1 but 2 tanks, though. Oh, the Immortal died, and the Warp Prism died. Not like this. The Immortal and the Warp Prism die at once. Juanito gets what he is looking for, and that means he's gonna get the Stalkers and the Zealots as well. Oh. Well, we had some epic fights today. A lot of energy on these Nexus. MaNa is definitely behind now. I wasn't 100% certain before, but he is definitely behind now. Yeah, the Vikings are amazing. But SpeCial just played really good, man. I think I'm just very impressed. I'm very impressed by the builds he's been using. I'm very impressed by how comfortable SpeCial always looks by executing completely different playstyles. This was a very impressive display of skill. And I think MaNa absolutely showed us that he still got it. He was battling, he made him work for it. He had a couple of very impressive holds. This kind of feels that Juanito is indeed a bit too good. But this one is not 100% over yet. It's looking good for SpeCial, advantage SpeCial for sure, but there's no need for us to assume that this one is 100% over. These games are so much fun to watch. I'm glad you guys liked it. I hope you guys had a lot of fun watching my stream today. Obviously, Masters Coliseum was awesome. And I think the Big Brain Bouts was pretty damn fun too. New players, new opportunities, new happiness, new faces. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Obviously, do an exclamation mark Basilisk in the chat for me. If you guys do that, you can get a link to the Discord channel and the YouTube channel. And you can also watch all the other games back. So if you guys want to see some games like Reynor against Clem or Serral against Clem, you can actually do that on the Basilisk YouTube channel. What group is tomorrow for Master Coliseum? The group of Solar, Beyond, Big Gabriel, Spirit, Nightmare, and one other dude. I don't know who the other dude is. SpeCial's on the other side of the map with 65 army supply. He's gonna siege up these tanks in range of the Nexus, and I don't really know how MaNa's supposed to deal with this, but MaNa's gonna try. He has pulled off some great holds before. I just don't think this one is doable. He's gonna use a tiny Rico as well, but that's never a good feeling. It does mean though that he's gonna get a couple of very good shots off on these Marines, and the Phoenixes will gun these medevacts. Gone down. We have Zealots on the other side of the map. MaNa already long distance mining. Not a bad cleanup on those two medevacts, but you lose the Nexus. Not one, not two, but three tanks are gonna try to get lifted, but that obviously means that the Phoenixes are exposed, and these Phoenixes are taking a serious beating. Ooh, Colossus taking some very big shots there from the tanks that are sieged up as well. I think we are nearing the end today. Look at that low HP Zealot, by the way. What an absolute warrior. Oh, they're gonna write books about this guy. They were losing the war, but one low HP Zealot ran in there and effed up 4 SCVs and got the hell out of there. What a champ. MaNa should retire this dude. Heal it up with a shield battery and put it in the bottom of your main, baby. Because that guy, Billy, the absolute chat Zealot. MaNa, please don't fight with Billy. Billy has done whatever he could, but this is about as well as he's ever going to do. Thank you so much to Asgard for the Prime, guys. We had a very long day. I really appreciate the support. Obviously, thank you so much for all the subbies we got. I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to have another long day of StarCraft with Coliseum into the Vulcan Cup. Don't ask me why I do this to myself. One more long day of Masters Coliseum and the Vulcan Cup. And after that, we're chilling. Any big upsets in the tournament so far? Well, the Masters Coliseum, I think Lambo making it out is not a big upset, but was definitely impressive. Other than that, no, not so much. But just really good games, good StarCraft. MaNa knows that he has no way to keep these Colossus alive, guys, and economically, this game is not getting any better. Our final GG of the day has been called Juanito, with one hell of a best of 5. Honestly, very, very impressive best of 5 by SpeCial. I think he played very well. He will win the main event of the Basilisk Big Brain Bouts number 37. That means that SpeCial gets $150 and our man MaNa still gets 50 buckies for playing. The big tournament that's on the way is called Masters Coliseum. We'll continue that tomorrow. Thank you to Chasso for the $1 in bits and Panda HD79 for joining us with the Prime as well. That's all I got, guys. Let's go over the results one last time. We can talk about everything, but as you guys can probably understand, I am ultra done.